Hi, Sheila.
How are you?
Good.
Okay.
Wow, look at this. Hi.
Hi. I'm Sheila Kaplow, and I've been sitting here listening to Neil McGlathery and others who have been here since basically before the parish players existed almost, and I felt, I'm a little bit of an interloper because I did not become involved till 1994. My first play here was in Uncle Vanya. Ed Galitz directed it. I haven't heard anything about him or from him or anything since, but Bill Cook played Vanya, and let's see who else was in it. Danuta Jacob, and Alex. Alex played the doctor. So he knows all about it. And there are other people. I have the program here, but the point is that I don't know how Ed got my name. I think through Old Church Theatre, because I had become involved with them just a few years earlier. And there were a lot of people from Old Church Theatre in that play. Which brings me back to something that was mentioned before, which was that there has been a lot of interaction between Old Church and parish players. It's gone both ways. People have started at Old Church and then have come down here and got very involved. And other people have started here and we have begged them, please come and be in our shows. And then they got involved up there too. So it's been a very fruitful, or not exactly a partnership, but an interaction. And the next play I was in was The Day Room, directed by Belinda Ray, who was a very interesting director. It was a very interesting play, very weird, and none of us really understood what we were doing. In fact, I think she had us say a little something which she quoted in the program, and most of us said something to the effect that, well, perhaps this character is doing so-and-so, because it was a very strange play, as Dom DeLillo's work usually is. Anyhow, I sort of stayed involved, and I've been in a number of plays here. I've never directed a full-length play, but I have directed 10s, and that's been quite a fun experience. And I don't really know what else to say, because I'm not from Thetford. I don't have that feeling of community, which the other people were talking about. I have a feeling for the parish players community, but obviously not in the same way as those that live and or work or both in Thetford. Well, of course, I've met an incredible number of new people through parish players, new to me anyhow. So it's enlarged my view. It's given me thoughts about what other people do and where they do it and that kind of thing. It's made me aware of how other communities interact with one another. And for me, it's given me a kind of an entree into a different world, a world that I would not otherwise have known at all. And everyone has always been incredibly welcoming, and I've never felt this sort of clubishness that someone said had not happened, and I really believe most of the time it has not happened. And every time there's been any danger of it happening, someone has got up and said, no, this is a community theatre. We want to remain a community theatre. And that's, I think, one of the wonderful things about it. I was in plays at school, which in my English language means up to the end of high school. And then I was not in plays again until I moved eventually to Bradford in about 88, I think it was. And I learned there was a theatre there, which of course was Old Church Theatre, and I went down and spoke to the two women who were running it at the time, and they asked me, I said I might like to get involved. They asked me what I'd done, and I said, well, nothing since I was in high school, and then it was mostly Shakespeare, and Anyhow, the next summer I got a call saying they would like me to audition for a part, and from then on I stayed involved there. But the difference to me, coming to the parish players, was a lot to do with the type of plays that are produced here. And also the availability of a bigger stable of actors, I don't know the word to use, but partly because of your reputation, but partly because of your physical proximity to Hanover and other places in the Upper Valley, there have been people who worked here who would not have worked further away from the hub, so to speak. Oh, well, I created a fiasco. We were doing some short plays, one of which took place in New Zealand, and there were, I think, 3 of us in it, and I, together with the other actors, took lessons in the New Zealand accent from someone who lived in Hanover, who was at that time a woman who was doing accents. And it was all beautiful until I just blanked out completely on stage. I have never done that any other time. But there I was standing there, and what I should have said was, well, what do you want me to say? And then one of them would have picked it up. But I didn't. I just blacked out, so we simply omitted half of that play. But it wasn't really funny at the time. Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Just that I'm really glad you're doing this, and I learned a lot sitting and listening to the other people, as I was before, to Dean and to Neil and their contributions.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Sheila.
Thank you.